Guys, it's Doug. What's up? Welcome to another edition of Haul on Wax. I'm here with yet another Yankee haul. This is going to be my last Yankee Fall haul because I pretty much bought everything now that I can. So this haul is actually made up of two different hauls. I did a buy one, get two free medium jar sale that just happened. And I also wound up doing an online glitch haul where you had to put on the grill or whichever one that is. I actually forget what all had to happen. Brett, Philly Candleman, walked me through it. He's like, just do this. So it was a combination of coupons that wound up making candles really cheap, so I grabbed a bunch of them that way too. So I'm not going to talk about the on the grill or whatever it's called candle. I have that one. I also bought another summer candle just because I wanted two candles to have for swaps. So that grill candle I'm not going to talk about in this haul. I actually got that one because I had to, but I'm going to swap that out when the Halloween stuff comes out. Same with another summer candle that I bought. I got that one and basically just for the purpose of swaps because they were cheap with the glitch. So I'm going to take those for the two Yankee Halloween candles, the Trick or Treat and the Haunted Hayride, those two that have been announced. I cannot wait for that, which, by the way, I should just say off the top here, I have some really cool stuff planned for Halloween. I'm going to be reviewing every single Yankee Halloween fragrance, at least all of the main ones, not like, patchouli and some of the weird kind of side, like outlet-y type ones, but I'm going to do the main ones, your Witch's Brew, your Forbidden Apple, Ghostly Treats, all that. And on each of those episodes, I have a guest that's going to be on there, another YouTuber, and I've talked to a bunch of them already. It should be a lot of fun. Some people I've never done collaborations with before, and of course some of the usual suspects you'll see as well, some of my other buddies, but really cool, fun way to kind of get the community involved. That's not going to be till late August though. I'm going to roll that into the Halloween release actually at Yankees. So and there'll be some Bath and Body Works and some other stuff too there. You know, I should also say Kringle is going to have a Halloween line this year, it looks like. Shane, the candle enthusiast in his Facebook group, Mick Kittredge actually, he sort of confirmed it and said as long as there's no hangups, it's going to happen. So if you've seen, I know on my Instagram, I posted a picture of it. Shane, candle enthusiast, has been posting some stuff with some of the artwork from the candles. That should be happening, barring any setbacks. So, all right, Halloween is later though. Let's talk about what I got in this big haul, shall we? All right, and I got three medium jars. The first up here. This is dried lavender and oak. Of course, I did talk about this one. I've talked about pretty much all of these actually, minus one of them in melt cup form or another kind of form. I just been on a Yankee buying spree. I love this collection, so I want to review them all. But this one here, dried lavender and oak, this is the one I'm on the fence about. I didn't mind it in the melt cup, but here it does smell more cologne-y, like a cologne perfume kind of vibe. I don't know. I definitely get the lavender, but there's a sort of like muskiness underneath, and I don't know what it'll be like when it's burning. It'll be interesting. I can say though, this is the one that I'm sort of skeptical about. The other one's not really, but this one is the iffy one. I'm hoping it throws too, regardless. This one here, it doesn't seem very dry. None of these really seem super dry compared to some of the Yankees that I've had in the previous couple of years. This one though is probably the driest out of them. That's the one thing when you order online, right? You can't choose which one you get. When you go into the Yankee store or wherever you buy your Yankees from in person, you can look around and see if one is kind of the wet one or if it has oils or marbling. I know that maybe doesn't technically matter. I've heard that, but I can tell you in my experience, it generally does matter. The drier candles typically for Yankee don't work as well as the ones that look wetter where you can see the oil or whatever. But anyways, that is dried lavender and oak. On to the next one. All right, Farmstand Festival. I am pretty jacked to burn this one. This is a complex fragrance here. This is another medium jar, two of the three that I got. This one is very, very tough for me to read on cold, and I'm hoping it gets a little more easy whenever I start burning it and these things get in the air and sort of release. It's a very rustic scent. I get various berries here, kind of like sharp tart berries. I want to say like sort of like a blackberry. It reminds me almost of like if you've had a blackberry jam, or like when you open the jar, sort of that smell. And I mean a fresh blackberry jam, not a not like a Smucker's. There's a very sharp tartness when you open up the jar. That's what it reminds me of, kind of hits you with. It's not super blackberry. There's a blackberry candle we'll talk about in a minute, but that's kind of what it reminds me of. Various berries in there, and there's almost something like a basket. I guess woodiness would be what I'm trying to describe. Almost like sort of like a rusted metal kind of vibe in there. It's very rustic. It's like outdoorsy rustic. I can't really describe it any better than that. I'm hoping though when I burn it that it becomes easier to describe, but it's a pretty complex scent though, I should say, on cold, and it's light, and I like it. I like it. I should say that. It's complex, but in a good way. It'd be really interesting to get this airborne. This one here, by the way, this one actually does look very wet. in here. Even some marbling in here you can see. Very strong on cold, so it'll be interesting to see how this one burns. All right, my last of the medium jars here. Maple chai. This is the sweet maple chai, I'm sorry. Very, very strong on cold. Here's the thing. I typically don't like chai teas. That's not my thing. I really like the maple here though. It's very buttery maple. And I'll probably compare this just for the heck of it to New England maple. I have that candle. I haven't burned that one, but just to have for reference for the maple, that's a really nice burning or really nice smelling candle on cold. The sweet maple chai, I do get the chai here. I don't drink like lattes and that kind of stuff. I drink black coffee. That's the only coffee I drink. I'm sorry. So I don't really have that frame of reference. I know that some folks that do really think that that's what it reminds them of. I don't know that. Ooh, man, that maple is strong here though. Yankee does a really, really nice maple. It's not a pancake maple though. It doesn't smell like pancakes. It's nice. It's very sweet. I almost get a little bit caramel in here too. It's very autumnal. I will say it's like a very autumnal drink. Be interesting when it burns to see how strong it is. This one, you can also see here, it's got some marbling on it. It doesn't look super wet, but again, on cold, it packs a major punch. I know maple scents generally are pretty strong, so we'll see how it goes. But yes, those are the 3 small jars I got from the buy one, get 2 free. Sorry, I meant medium jars, not small jars. The small jars are those tiny little dinky things. I don't care about those. These are the medium ones. That's what I got from the buy one, get 2 free mediums that just went on sale. All right, now we're into the large jars. I got a 2-wick tumbler of this. I wanted to try a 2-wick to see how they are. This is the smooth wax here. This is golden chestnut, by the way. And this one is different to me on, the concentration that I had whenever I tried the melt cup before. It's different in this actually format. And again, it's on cold. I didn't even melt the melt cup yet. Ooh, I get a very strong nuttiness here. A little bit of a cinnamon. Again, this is like a cousin to Harvest, and I will probably in the review actually compare them together, and I'm probably going to burn them together because I think they would go well together. But I get a roasted nuts, like a very strong roasted nut note here. I don't know what chestnuts taste like. I have no clue. Let's imagine they're like that though. It's a very a definite roasted nut here. And with that cinnamon, sort of like a craft store vibe I'm getting out of it. Again, that's what Harvest reminds me of. This isn't a very red hot cinnamon though. It's more of a dull baking cinnamon where Harvest has that red hot. So again, this is golden chestnut. I'm really interested to see how a 2-wick burns this year in the Farmstand. I love the label on that, by the way. All the Farmstand collection's awesome with their labels. I like the bigger label. It's bigger than the keyhole, but it's not quite the wide one. I think these look better actually than the European ones with the full label. So anyways, golden chestnut, you'll see a review of that at some point here. All right, this is a little bit of a curveball here. It's not part of the Farmstand collection. This is Granny Smith apple. This is the Granny Smith as it's called, but it's Granny Smith apple. This one is part of the 50th anniversary, and I have not had one of these yet. The 50th anniversary, I should say. I have burned one of these before. It's actually an excellent candle. At least it was before. I had a review of that on my Spooky Villages channel. It was one of the first reviews I ever did, which was 2 years ago, I believe, at this point now. I actually took it down because it sounded really bad. I was like behind the camera. It just sounded goofy. It's not what I want out there. But I did burn the full candle. Granny Smith, when it came back as a returning favorite, I really, really did like it. And oh man, just no company does apple like Yankee. This smells like a Granny Smith apple. I don't know what else to say. It's very juicy, it's very tart, and it smells strong. You can actually see I love the color on this, but there's some marbling on here. The wax on it actually, it's not super dry. It's oh yeah, it's strong on my finger there. And I keep talking about that just because I know that some people are interested to see if production has changed. I know I am. I'm curious if production did change at Yankee, just with all the stuff that's been going on, and they changed management. I've heard about a whole bunch of corporate change. I'm hoping that they got their stuff together. Again, my cider house candle ruled. I have another candle I've burned that is going to get a positive review as well that has worked pretty well for me. And I'm starting to burn on another one after that, so we'll see. But I mean, good gosh, I have spent so much money on Yankees here recently. I spent more on like the last month than I have seriously. And at least a year combined. I hardly bought anything really from Yankee last year. And I'd have to go back a couple years when I bought that much. But again, with this collection, I dig all this fall stuff. So anyways, Granny Smith, I will do a comparison of this as well with Forbidden Apple because this is not just, it's not Forbidden Apple. I know that some people think Forbidden Apple is just a dupe of this. It's not. There's some other stuff that's in Forbidden Apple, but I am going to do a comparison when I do the review of this. Love this scent though. It's very simple, but hey, it doesn't have to be complex. It's a really nice Granny Smith. I hope it works. So we'll talk about that soon. All right, guys, one I have not talked about on camera yet. I was pumped to get this Blackberry Tea. It's not part of the Farmer's Market collection, but it might as well be. This is actually part of the regular Yankee line. Beautiful label on this. These keyholes, they are really getting these keyhole labels down. I love that blackberry color on here, that dark purple. Man, this smells amazing. It is a very fresh blackberry, and I get not a lot of it, but a hint of like tea leaves in there. Just kind of that dulled down tea leaf. Very, very strong though on cold, and this one looks very wet. Now you can't really see it in here because it's purple, but on cold it's really strong. I can't wait to double this up with some other ones, some other fruit ones like this with Granny Smith. That would rock with another candle I'm about to talk about. This would rock. I love blackberries, I should say. I love blackberry jelly, blackberry jam, blackberry pie when it's seedless. I don't like seeded when it's seed because you get them in your teeth, so it's horrible. But I do love the taste of it, and I actually like real blackberry tea as well whenever I can get it. Whenever you get it freshly made, I don't like it when it's like synthetic Lipton or whatever, but when it's fresh, it's really, really nice. Cracker Barrel did it a couple years ago actually, and it was delicious when you could get one of those. And anyways, blackberry tea, I love this. I hope it throws. Really excited for this one, and again, I had no clue what I was getting with this one because I hadn't been able to try it in store. So yeah, dig this in as well. All right, guys, the final part of my haul here. Finally, I got a large jar of this. This is Pumpkin Apple Parfait, and the label on this one, it came from online. It's a little, I don't know if you can see it. It's a little bit, the edges of it are kind of goofy. I mean, it's fine. It's fine. It's not a big deal, but I love the label on it here. You can see that. I was excited to get this one finally. It was hard to even find the melt cup of this for a long time. I love, love, love this scent. It's very similar to Cider Lane by Bath & Body Works, but I can tell you the difference from the melt cup and the candle. I think the bakery note is more pronounced here than it was in the melt cup. Cider Lane doesn't have a bakery note. Cider Lane from Bath & Body Works, which again is one of my favorite fall fragrances of all time. That is a Granny Smith apple caramel. That's it really, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's amazing. This though adds a bakery note to it. It's very similar, that Granny Smith apple with the caramel, but there is like a hint of baking here. I don't really know. I don't really get much pumpkin. There's something else in here that I almost get like a cranberry or something, a little tart in there. I know that could be me mistaking the Granny Smith because it's tart anyways, but burning this with Yankee's Granny Smith, that should be a combo right there. That should rock. Anyways, love this, and I should say it's very strong on cold. Thankfully, this would bum me out. If this one doesn't throw, it's going to really bum me out. It's like Cider House. This is about as good as it gets scent-wise for me for fall. It is so nice. You can see here too, it's got some nice marbling in this one here, and the yeah, it seems like there's some oil in here. So again, I hate to keep harping on that, but I've just been burned with Yankee, so I'm a little bit skittish about that. So I want to talk about it, but again, that is Pumpkin Apple Parfait, and it's not part of the Farmer's Market collection actually. It's part of the main line here. It's not, it doesn't have the Farmer's Market badging or the special labeling, but it looks fantastic. If this throws, this is going to be a huge hit because again, Bath & Body Works Cider Lane is a total classic for a reason. It's an amazing candle. This is Yankee's take on it, basically, with a little bit more added stuff with you have like the baking in there, some kind of a baking note. We'll see what it's like though. But anyways, guys, that is my haul. It's a lot of candles. I'm going to be burning so many Yankees here. And don't worry, I will be doing some Bath & Body Works stuff too. I'm just waiting for the sale on those. They have started to put those out in my area. I'm pretty pumped to try the Bath & Body Works fall. It's just going to be a busy fall on my channel. I live for the fall. I love it, especially fall candles. And of course, for Halloween, I have a lot of stuff planned for Halloween, like a Halloween blowout on this channel. So with some of your other favorite YouTubers that are on here who've also become friends, they're going to help me out with it. I really appreciate that. It's going to be a lot of fun. So it's going to be a fun fall, guys. So all right, that is my last Yankee fall haul of the year. I promise. I can't really haul anything else. I have everything at this point. Minus the, what's the brown sugar candle they had? I don't have that one, but whatever. That one's online only at the moment. I'll probably pick it up if it does come in store, but you'll just see a review pop up if I can get it in store. I won't do a haul for it. So anyways, guys, hey, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you very soon.